I am absolutely garbage at Battlefield 4, but yeah, here's some footage of me playing Battlefield 4, minus the live audio of me raging to myself about how fucking awful my teammates are. But it's all just part of a broader change of scenery here on this channel, some plot twists, some friends become enemies, some enemies become friends, some CODs become garbage, and so some people try Battlefield 4. Anyway, the topic at hand. I had the funniest conversation with one of my good friend's fiance. She told me about how when they first started dating a few years ago, she overheard him in the bathroom watching porn on his phone. Sure enough, she opened the door and there my boy was watching some face-painted actress getting smashed mercilessly by some guy of uncommon endowment. And as she tells me, she flips. She flips to the extent she considers that action cheating, as though she had walked in on him going to town on a different girl. I challenged her perspective all I could, but she wouldn't crack. She says to me, viewing porn while you're in a committed relationship is cheating. So is it? I gotta admit, my first reaction to her opinion sounds something like John McEnroe disputing a questionable call by a line umpire.
You cannot be serious!
I told her, you cannot tell me seriously. You'd be equally hurt walking in on him, watching some bullshit on his phone, as you would be walking in on him with another girl. Yes, I would, she says. Okay. I should be able to satisfy him in any way a porn actress can, she says. Ah, sweetheart, I replied. You've never seen Two Girls, One Cup. I tried hard to have sympathy for her perspective. On a very basic level, I understand the emotional reaction she has to it, the feeling of, why does my partner seek pleasure elsewhere, and why am I insufficient to satisfy that need? And I think we've all been there. I can't say I've ever been truly, legitimately in love, but I think I've tasted flavors of it. And when you are fully committed to a person, you want so badly to satisfy him or her in all aspects of that person's life, including and especially between the sheets. But the more I thought about it, the more I have a problem with her perspective. And my problems break down to three. 1, saying porn is cheating conflates a virtual experience with reality. 2, saying porn is cheating assumes malicious intent on the part of the viewer. And 3, saying porn is cheating reduces a relationship's value to just the physical aspects, which I thought most women hate. Full disclosure, I'm not trying to generalize females. I just hear a lot of them complaining about how men are only interested in sex. All right, so point 1, and this was really my reaction initially to my friend's fiance. Saying porn is cheating equates a virtual experience with reality. This is why I couldn't believe she was being serious when she said walking in on him watching porn is the same thing as walking in on him with another girl. At the time, I told her, that's ridiculous. That's like saying watching me play Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto is the same as watching me kill a real person. She claimed those were different things, but I don't see the flaw in the analogy. Just because you enjoy something virtually that would be bad in reality doesn't mean you're a bad person or that you have the desire or intent to do that in real life. Second point, saying porn is cheating assumes the viewer has some kind of malicious intent or gets some kind of romantic or sexual enjoyment out of it, which is not always the case. Take the previous example of Two Girls, One Cup. That video is as pornographic as obscene pornography gets, but it does nothing for most people in a turn you on kind of way, right? Nobody finds it hot. You just find it so crazy and disgusting that you can't look away. Watching that video is not a substitute for a relationship or even a fantasy of what you want your relationship to be. It's just crazy trash entertainment. No different than watching an over-the-top violent Quentin Tarantino movie or actually laughing at a Vince Vaughn movie. It's all just pure over-the-top trash entertainment. Sure, Two Girls, One Cup has naked women in it, but what the fuck movie doesn't have naked women in it these days? Third and final point, porn isn't a substitute for a relationship, and I don't know anyone who views it that way, so I don't know how it's cheating unless you consider sex to be the only part of your relationship. And in my experience, most women hate reducing a relationship to just sex. There's an intellectual aspect to the relationship. There's an emotional aspect to the relationship. I don't know any guy who has ever watched porn, looked at the chick depicted and said, man, I would date her so hard. Holy shit. I would listen to her problems. I would tell her everything is going to be okay. And I would thoughtfully gift the fuck out of that bitch. No, it doesn't happen. It's a fantasy and it's entertainment. In the same way me playing Call of Duty does not imply I'm going to go kill an actual enemy combatant in real life anytime soon. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the topic. If you have more of them, send them to me on Twitter at Skag_3. Persuasion wasn't really my goal on this discussion, since I bet 99% of you agree with me. Mostly, I hope if any of you are put in the same spot that my friend was by his fiance, you can defend yourself with some of these points. After all, there's no use fighting the consumption of porn. Death, taxes, and in the 21st century, the third tenet of inevitability, porn. Finally, if you skipped my artfully crafted monologue to the simple answer, here you are. Is porn cheating? Unequivocally. No! Before I'm out, consider this. I actually won in Battlefield, and I actually carried my team. Okay, thanks, bye!